And as we are discussing international headlines, a very cool story I want to transition to this Tuesday morning. It takes us out to Kiruna, Sweden. Take a look at your screen as very active at this hour. The Associated Press reports, how do you move one of Sweden's most beloved wooden churches down the road? Well, with a little bit of engineering and a lot of prayer and some Eurovision, that's becoming a reality this morning. The Kiruna Church there on your screen in Sweden and its belfry are being moved this week along a 3-mile route east to a new city center as part of the town's relocation. We are learning this morning it's happening because the world's largest underground iron ore mine is threatening to swallow the town. Yes, you heard that right. AP goes on to report this week thousands of visitors have descended upon Kiruna, that's Sweden's northernmost town above the Arctic Circle. It's home to roughly 23,000 people, including members of an indigenous group spread over nearly 19,500 square kilometers. The church's officials in that area kicking off the move with a blessing this Tuesday morning. We're learning the journey is scheduled to end Wednesday afternoon. So as you can see, and I'm actually going to drop this lower so you can see how this church is being moved. Very interesting to see, because that's not something we would see here in the States. You might see a mobile home along the interstate being moved, but never a church. So that's a first for me, at least. But it'll be an all-day process. Again, they kicked it off this morning with a prayer, and the church lifted at this hour. It's being transported a few miles, and then you can see the wheels and how it's being taken. I'll drop that lower again so you can see it in real time. All of the inhabitants of the area coming out to see this in real time. And then we see safety and security measures in place, officials there to make sure this happens safely and swiftly. And I say swiftly in a funny manner because obviously it's not going to be a quick process. So we'll continue to follow this very interesting story here on Live Now from Fox. Again, learning from the Associated Press that this Swedish church on your screen out in Kiruna, moving 3 miles down the road, relocating before a, quote, mine swallows the town. And we're also following the very latest with our content partners over at Reuters. They say, quote, after years of planning and careful preparations, Sweden's landmark Kiruna Church begins a 2-day trip to a new home to save it from ground subsidence and the expansion of the world's largest underground iron ore mine. So again, a very compelling situation and pretty cool to see here on Live Now from Fox as we discuss your international headlines. If we get any more leeway on this shot, and you can see it's moving very slowly, like a second per minute, it seems like, very slowly. And the videographer trying to pan around to show you it is moving, but just at a very slow pace. As we get information on this church and as we learn more, we will share it with you here on Live Now from Fox.